We're a nation built on butter. Every year we spread, slice and swallow 66 million blocks of it. But there's an issue.
It's getting expensive. The price is ramping up faster than my cholesterol, which is actually ramping down because I can't afford butter. I'm here at Beaufort & Co Cafe on Auckland's famous North Shore, where Buttergate is really affecting business.
Dairy's our big issue. Like, it is the biggest cost for us in a product that we use all the time. Our scones especially use a lot of dairy. Butter and cheese are our biggest ones, and the price increases in the last year has just been astronomical.
How much does it cost you to make a scone?
It has certainly jumped, and for us now, we need to charge $8.90 for a scone.
For a scone?
Which we would never do.
No.
We would never do. We're charging $6.50 at the moment.
Yeah.
And that's about as much as we can push it.
I mean, have you ever thought about using like margarine or like, you know, your Olivani?
I'm not sure we can continue talking anymore. Absolutely not. No, has to be real stuff.
It's got to be the real stuff.
Absolutely, yeah.
The real stuff can be found just off State Highway 1, where Richard and his 380 cows are pumping out thousands of litres of liquid gold a day. So are farmers milking it?
Well, we get $10 per kilo of milk solids at the moment.
Okay.
And so if a butter there's 500 grams,
yes, gotcha.
It'd be roughly $5 worth of our milk in that respect.
Yeah. How much do you actually pay for a block of butter?
We're actually high butter users in our family, and we have to buy it as well, and we'll watch the price go up.
I mean, do you get kind of mates rates?
No, it'd be nice if Fonterra gave us one actually, but
Yeah.
no, we don't. We buy butter the same way everyone else does.
Yep, and so aim for the front one. Perfect.
Can't you just make butter cheaper?
Oh, it'd be nice, wouldn't it? But look,
Yeah.
you know, 95% of the milk that we sell goes overseas, and so we're subject to the international prices, you know, via various auctions and the like. We're not making a huge margin on this at all. We are making some profit this year, which is great. It allows us to pay off a little bit of debt and also provision for the years where we don't make so much money.
For Kevin, this is one of those years.
The last year has been the toughest. Like, it is so hard, and people do say that all the time, but like, it is really, like, it rules your life. You literally don't sleep.
What do you want me to do about it?
The biggest thing for me is, if this is true and it should be that price, then like, maybe there needs to be a bit more transparency, because someone must be making money, or what's the point?
Who is making the money? I tell you what, Kevin, leave it with me.
Yes.
I'm on the job.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, who is making the money, and why isn't it cheaper for Kiwis? Now look, this is exciting. In our first season, Paddy, he was the only one allowed to walk and talk in front of these screens. But guess what? It's my turn. It's time to go behind the issue. They've allowed me to walk and put anything I want on the screen. But look, we're not here to talk about unicorns. I'm here to talk about butter. Kevin's seen his wholesale butter blocks increase by almost $6 in the last 5 years. So what's caused the skyrocket? We can put some of the blame on the huge international appetite for our dairy products. This planet absolutely froths our dairy, with New Zealand butter heading all around the world every week. The price for Kiwi dairy products is set at the global dairy trade auction, where butter is sold by the tonne every 2 weeks. Over the last year, the demand has increased and it's driving up the price. When big players like China and the Middle East are willing to pay a premium for our products, local prices are forced to keep up. With 95% of our dairy sold abroad, our domestic butter business has to barter with the big guns. The latest global dairy trade auction saw New Zealand butter sales average out at around $13,000 a tonne. Last year, this figure was closer to $11,000, and in 2020, it sat at around $5,500. That's a 142% increase in 5 years. It's brutal for buyers, but as Richards knows, it's not bad news for our farmers. But shouldn't the country that produces the product get a discount? Well, often it's a pipe dream. The Dutch are the 4th largest exporter of refined petroleum, but their petrol prices are amongst the highest in Europe. Let's take Germans. They pay more for the domestically produced cars than foreign buyers do. And even though Australia ships 60% of their beef offshore, it's around 15% cheaper for Aussies to buy Australian meat in the UK and Japan than it is at home. It turns out the system of capitalism is built in such a way where we can't get a discount on the products our own country makes. And look, I mean, I'm very good at my job, but I'm not sure that I can dismantle capitalism, not other than the next 10 minutes of the show anyway. So instead, I probably could. There is one other thing that affects these prices, and it's called the supermarket duopoly. Paddy, I think it's time for a breakup.
If I want to split the supermarkets, I need advice from the person behind one of the biggest breakups of all time. No, not Brad and Jen. Telecom and Vodafone once reigned over our phone lines, but their duopoly ended when Tex Edwards gave us this.
2 Degrees have built a huge new mobile network. That's not actually it, by the way. That's just a giant logo.
Basically, I'm wanting to get to the bottom of this whole idea about the duopoly. How did we get into this mess?
In 2006, there used to be 3 chains. There was Foodstuffs, Foodtown, and Countdown. And very weak competition law at the time enabled it to go from 3 supermarkets to 2 supermarkets. Fixing it requires an intervention and a break-up of the supermarket cartel.
So it's like breaking up like a bad relationship. You kind of go have an intervention and then you make them separate because they're better off without each other.
No, they're not better off. They're enjoying fantastic profitability and globally unprecedented margins.
Well, that's just not fair though, is it?
That's why you need to break up this unhappy consumer supermarket relationship.
If I did want to enter with my own supermarket, I mean, I could call it like Newer World or... I mean, they've probably still got some old Countdown signs. They don't need Countdown anymore, do they? I could just get the old signs.
Yeah.
Save me a fortune.
I've stocked up on wholesale butter and skimped on the branding budget.
Welcome to Countdown.
Can I undercut the supermarkets and take down their double act?
Just opened up my brand new supermarket, Countdown. I'm actually selling 1 kilo of butter today for only $12.
Is a kilo of butter?
It's a kilo. What do you think about that?
That's a bargain. That should be $20 if you know.
If not more.
Yeah.
I mean, would you rather buy my butter here rather than go over the road and pay twice the price at the supermarket?
I kind of know you, but I don't, but I probably would.
I mean, would you be interested in buying some?
No.
Do you not like butter?
I am lactose intolerant.
You know what? You can have that butter. Well done. Thank you.
I like your supermarket and you're much more friendly.
Oh, kia ora.
My supermarket is a success. What does Tex think?
It's a fantasy, respectfully,
Yeah.
that you could create any competition price impact with 1, 2, 10 or even 50 supermarkets. This is a scalable industry and all the market power sits at the distribution centre.
Right.
Our organisation thinks that circa 120 to 140 supermarkets need to be transferred to a third operator.
Yes.
They can still own that supermarket, it just has to operate through a third distribution system.
It's not the first relationship I've had to break up, but I might need a hand.
So basically this game, it's instead of Monopoly, what I've created is a new game called Duopoly. Let's play Duopoly.
It's duopoly! Duopoly is a fake game based on Hasbro's real game, Monopoly, which is actually super fun and awesome for the whole family. Thanks, Hasbro.
7.
Roll to land on one of 3, but really 2 grocery giants. And every shop is $400. Don't forget your rewards card.
$18 butter. It said it's on special, but it's the same price.
Hey look, everyone's out of money. Should we play again?
No.
Duopoly. The more you play, the worse it gets.
I hate this game.
And you know what? This game is a true reflection of how hard it is to be a supermarket shopper in New Zealand at the moment. And basically what you're saying, and what I've heard you say, is that you are going to help to change this.
Yeah, I want this board to have more
Colours.
choices on it so that you don't always just land on Pack and Save, Woolworths or New World. What we know for Costco, when it opened up in Auckland, they observed that prices for the surrounding supermarkets came down because suddenly the supermarkets were worried people will all go and shop there, so we've got to do a better job. So I want that.
I feel like there is a lot of supermarkets already. Could we not make these guys, your Woolworths and your foodstuffs, right, have to give away some of their supermarkets to a new owner and who'd got all their food from a different distributor or whatever, and so then that competition would actually be alive and well?
Yeah, well, look, that's something that we are looking at, is would the benefits of that for you, the shopper, because that's where it all has to end, be enough to outweigh the costs of that? So I'm looking at that. Is that an option?
You've got a chance card?
I have been caught on camera scanning courgettes as onions. I will be going to jail. Okay.
With Nicola Willis awaiting trial, it's up to me to dismantle the duopoly. The minister's got a crush on Costco, but can I convince them to open more stores?
Karen O'Leary here from Paddy Gower has issues. I just had a couple of questions. Yep, I can call back. Okay, thank you. Costco didn't want to comment, neither did Aldi, Lidl or Coles. But why do we need an international solution to a homegrown problem? I've set my sights on a smaller player, and it's open night and day.
This Kiwi institution has been in the grocery game for 35 years. But while some see Night and Day as a servo supermarket, I see potential.
So Matt, I've actually created a bit of a checklist for how to break a duopoly. So basically you need 120 to 140 stores nationwide.
We've got 54 at the moment.
I mean 54 is that's like half, that's a pass.
Yep.
So yep, an independent wholesaler and distribution centre.
We don't have one of those. The supermarkets control the wholesale. So we can't get access to it. They control the relationships with the suppliers. We have to rely on the duopoly to get a lot of our products.
So you're telling me to fill up your shop, you have to go to the supermarket?
Certainly for the household essentials, yes.
Right, so you go around with the trolley, fill it up, bring it back here, put it on your shelves?
We do get it delivered, so we do get it delivered. So.
What about a rewards card to make people think they're saving money when they're actually not?
Yeah, no, I wouldn't adopt that system.
We don't want that, no. What about prices that undercut your competitors?
Yep, the ability for us to obtain competitive prices is challenging. We try and go low where we can and where we see the essentials. Our milk, we've tried to keep that some of the cheapest in the country by bread.
What about delicious fried chicken that is available 24 hours a day?
Yeah, that always goes down pretty well. We certainly go through a bit of that too.
Okay, well, according to my checklist, you're basically on the verge of breaking the duopoly, so congratulations.
We're close.
So I did actually speak to Nicola Willis, and she was pretty keen to have Costco come in as the third player. I mean, would you guys be happy to step in as that third player?
I think too much focus is on a third player. How can we change the market to be a third, a fourth, a fifth, a sixth? Let's not limit ourselves. Are the small centres going to end up with Costco's? Absolutely not. Is Timaru, is Greymouth? They're not going to end up with the Costco, so why should they be disadvantaged purely because we're trying to get an international player that competes in the major cities to try and compress prices?
But this whole story began with my best friend, Kevin.
Dairy's our big issue. Like, it is the biggest...
The biggest issue! So to stop the duopoly holding butter to ransom, I've asked Matt to help Kiwis out. With a Karen coupon of sorts.
So what we're going to do is we're going to get 20,000 blocks of butter across the country into the stores, and we'll hold that price at $6.50 until that butter...
$6.50?
Yeah, $6.50 until it sells out.
20,000 blocks of butter at $6.50?
Yeah, if we can get a block of butter into 20,000 households at a competitive rate, look, I think that's a good way to do it.
That's good. That's a really great gesture, and I say get on down to Night and Day, any time of the day or night.